So we are at our last video in our long list of videos looking at the midpoint of the 2025 Formula One season, where we are comparing all teams in terms of their current constructor standings. And we are at the comparison of our last two teams. Do you want to tell us who we're going to talk about first?
We're talking about McLaren and Ferrari.
So we're going to talk about McLaren and Ferrari. So let's begin with our second place, or our current runners up in the constructor standing.
That aren't even close to getting first place.
That are not even close.
Sadly.
And so who is in second?
It is Ferrari.
And who are the current drivers for Ferrari?
Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, so Charles and Lewis. Lewis is famous because he started his career in McLaren, then moved over to Mercedes. And when he was in Mercedes, he won a lot of championships. He actually won 6 championships. He won 1 with McLaren, 6 with Mercedes, and he currently sits at 7. He is the second most winning F1 driver of all time. He is tied with Michael Schumacher.
That's the guy.
And that is who you were thinking about. And I probably should have said Schumacher also. So Michael, he's tied with Michael Schumacher for 7. Yes, for 7 drivers championships. So at the end of at the beginning, I'm going to say, of the 2024 season, everybody got a message on their phone. This bombshell news broke out. And what was that news?
Lewis Hamilton is leaving Mercedes, which is
and going where?
Ferrari.
And going to Ferrari, which kind of left Carlos Sainz out to dry, because Carlos had been told by Ferrari that they would re-sign him.
Which is very sad. And everyone, even though they did not tell anyone that they were re-signing Carlos, everyone knew that they were going to re-sign Carlos, because why would they take out Charles Leclerc?
Yeah. So, of course, they weren't going to replace Charles. And Charles had just gotten a contract extension a couple of months before. So it was obvious that Carlos was out, and now Lewis was going to come in, right? And then if you've ever thought to yourself, well, why would Lewis leave Mercedes? Mercedes have been struggling over the last couple of seasons. Please go ahead, tell us.
Because, why did I raise my hand?
I don't know.
Because, well, I think his dream was kind of to be in Ferrari. I mean, whose wouldn't be?
Correct.
I mean, that's not my dream. I would rather be in McLaren. But, of course, Ferrari is one of those top teams where everyone will sponsor you. Like, it's only those teams where everything kind of revolves around somebody.
Yeah.
And it will revolve around your team. You will get more sponsors. You'll get more of this. And of course, it is a really good car.
Yeah, true.
And they have a really good team captain. They have really good engineers. They have really good everything.
Yep.
So it's kind of just like that dream team. It's the dream team.
That's true, right? So they've got, for instance, Fred Vasseur, who's their team principal. It's Charles and Lewis. You would expect they're amazing drivers. Charles has won a number of races. I think he's won 8 Formula One races over his career.
Wait, really?
Yes.
How many has Max won?
Max won a number of races? Oh, way more.
Like 20.
No, more, way more.
50.
I don't remember the number. I'm gonna say probably somewhere like 70 or.
Oh. I was not gonna.
So
be
if
close.
there's 24 races in a season, Max won, I think, almost all of them last year.
No, he lost like 3 because.
Yeah, well, that's why, right? So maybe think he just won 20.
21.
So let's say he won 20 last year, times, let's say 4. He's probably had 80 wins or more over, and even more than that.
Wins.
Even more. He's probably closer to 100. Anyways, so we're talking about Ferrari, though.
Oh, sorry.
We got a little distracted there. So Ferrari is an amazing historical team. They have not won a championship in a very, very long time. I think the last one.
1920s.
It was not the 1920s. It was in the 2000s.
Oh.
I can't remember off the top of my head if it was Fernando Alonso or Kimi Raikkonen. It was one or the other. But it's been quite a while. I want to say it was either one of those two, but it's been quite a while. Or maybe it was Michael Schumacher. It was one. It was somebody. It was one. I can't remember off the top of my head. But at the end of the day, Ferrari. They're currently standing in second place of the constructors championship. They have how many points?
260.
They have 260 points. That may sound like a lot because we said that Mercedes had 236, so they're pretty close there. And then the closest one is Red Bull, which is at 194. You may be like, well, then they must be pretty close to being in first. How many points
No.
does first place McLaren have?
559.
559 points
So
currently.
there are about three. I'm going to round because I'm not going to say the exact number. About 300 more for them.
Points almost 300. Yep. So 299 points ahead of a Ferrari that's in second. Now, at the end of the day, Ferrari has kind of struggled. They haven't won any races except one sprint race that Lewis won. Everybody then kind of was like, wow, Lewis won a sprint race. That was the second race of the season. It was after Australia, so everybody was like, here it is. Lewis is coming to get his 8th world title. It's going to be awesome. And then during the race, the actual Grand Prix, do you remember what happened in China?
He crashed.
He didn't crash.
What happened?
You remember what happened with the credit card?
I remember.
What happened?
I talked about this and I was like, I talked about it in one of our recent videos.
Yes, you talked about it again, right? With Charles, that somebody would do it in Hungary. Do you remember what happened in China with both Charles and with Lewis?
So both of their
Planks.
was supposedly
Mm-hmm.
as thin as a credit card.
Yeah, so it got so worn out. So we rode on the floor so much that it got worn out, that it got too thin and it violated the rules for how much the plank can actually be worn out, or the thickness of the plank that needed to be at the end of the race. So they end up getting disqualified. And then from there, it's just kind of been this like spiral.
So they would go like, dun, dun, and then they go higher and they go higher and then they go down.
Yeah.
And they go higher and go down.
Yeah, and they've had some like weird, of course, as always, everybody used to always make fun of them about their strategy calls. And then okay, it's getting better. And then in the Hungarian Grand Prix, right before the summer break, we saw again the strategies going down the toilet. And what happened? Charles was on pole. Charles was ahead for 40 some odd laps. It was all good and dandy. And then all of a sudden, they go in for the pit stop. And after the pit stop, Charles loses first place and essentially drops all the way down to fourth, and just does terribly. And it's become a problem again. Lewis has made some very bold claims about he wants to be replaced. He feels that he's too old, that he's out of it, he's not doing the job, and then he needs to go. It's not going to happen. They're not going to let Lewis go, to be honest with you. Overall rating, though, of Ferrari,
I'm gonna say B plus.
B plus.
Because I like Lewis.
Yep, I'm gonna say a B. I like both Charles and Lewis. They're two of my favorite drivers. I very, very much like them. But they have just continued to struggle. Ferrari has not gotten their act together. Hopefully next year, with all the rule changes that are coming, the new designs of the F1 cars, hopefully Ferrari can just throw out all their designs from all these previous years, redesign a new car, and be amazing. And we'll see what happens. But most importantly,
maybe Kickstarter will get rid of that ugly green.
Oh, and they are going to get rid of that ugly green.
Hopefully.
Do not doubt that for 1 second, because Audi does not do that ugly lime green color. But more importantly than any of the other teams this season, we need to talk about who's in first place. And that is
my favorite team ever, McLaren.
McLaren. And McLaren not only is the top team in the constructors, they also have the top 2 drivers in the driver standing, which are
They have Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris.
Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. So currently, do you know who is in first place of the driver standing?
Oscar Piastri, my favorite driver.
Your favorite driver. How many points does he have?
284.
And in second place, we have
Lando Norris, your favorite driver.
he is my favorite driver. And how many points does he have?
275.
So they are only 9 points away from each other. They are well beyond everybody else, not only in the drivers, but also in the constructors standings. They are going to be constructors champions again for the second year in a row. We are going to have a McLaren drivers champion unless something amazing happens. And I'm so confident, which we will not. And I'm so confident that we are going to have a McLaren 1-2 in drivers and also a constructors championship that I bought this for you that you have not seen. I got you this, so you might want to show everybody. So going to show everybody, I got you that. And do you know whose car that is?
Oscar Piastri.
Oscar Piastri's car, because he is your favorite driver. I found that the other day at one of the stores, and I couldn't say no. And they actually had a Lando one, but I said no to the Lando one, and I bought you that one because I knew that you would really enjoy it. And that's how confident I am that we're going to have a McLaren 1-2 for drivers. I'm gonna say that unfortunately that is the second place car.
No, that's so like I love how much you're aligned right now because it's literally gonna be the first place car. I love that.
Yeah, so you think Oscar's gonna be driver's champion? Okay, so overall, McLaren rating this year in comparison to other seasons, what would you here if you want? We'll put it right here so that way everybody can see it. And do that. There we go. There we go. So McLaren rating this season, what would you give them?
8 plus times infinite.
An infinite number of pluses after the A. That's incredible. I'm gonna give McLaren. I'm gonna say an A.
He's having to think about this.
I am having to think about it in terms of their performance. I'm gonna say an A plus also, because they've both been doing very, very well. Both drivers have been doing awesome. McLaren has somehow or another found a way to deal with who's our top driver. Is it Oscar? Is it Lando? They've essentially told the drivers, you all race it out, figure it out. Just don't make McLaren look bad and stop hitting each other, because they crashed into each other in Canada, where Lando crashed into Oscar, and that was really kind of the only hiccup. There have been a couple of other hiccups with Oscar braking very late, having lockups, and almost crashing into Lando in Austria and also in Hungary. But at the end of the day, they've been very respectful of each other. I think they understand also what the name of the game is, which is become constructors champions, because that's really where the most money is going to come from. Being driver champion, yep, it's the title and everything like that, and they're going to duke it out. But at the end of the day, I think they're doing a fair job, and it's going to be a very interesting second half of the season.
It's going to be amazing half the season. I'm actually very excited for the season. Mm-hmm. One, because I'm loving to see loving right now. I really want to see the races that are the new race that is going to happen.
Yep.
Next week, and because I think the lower teams are really starting to step up, and Red Bull they're gonna go down.
Yeah, so it seems that it's becoming more competitive. Teams are starting to make bigger strides. It's not the way it was anymore, that there was just this kind of one lopsided Red Bull dominating, Mercedes dominating, Ferrari dominating, or even McLaren dominating over the last 10 plus years. But now it seems that other teams are really picking up the pace, and they're starting to make good technological developments and engineering developments, and it's making it much more competitive and much more interesting. All right, sounds good. Anything that you would like to say before we wrap up our amazing 5 videos?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and feature those notifications, everyone.
Bye, everyone.